Alright, this is a quick video on how to assemble this Brightroom stackable shelf for your shoes. So let's do this real quick. So there's unfinished side like this, and there's a finished side which is kind of like painted and nice looking one. Same thing here. You see unfinished, and then there's finished, they call it. So this is what we're gonna go off. You can see there's a little bigger opening on the other side, on one side, and there's just a little smaller opening on this side, which is for the head of the screw here. So that way it goes all the way in flat. It doesn't stick out, because if you put it on this side, see how it sticks out? That way you don't get hurt, kids don't get hurt. You don't scratch your hand, nothing happens to there. So this is kind of a good idea to do this way. And then I'm gonna do two more here. But first, we're gonna put it into this. You see the pre-made holes? One here, one there. The painted finished side is going to be facing up, which, because it's nicer looking one. This is going to be facing down. Into the hole. Same thing on the other side. Right there. Just to get it started. And I go nice and easy. I don't go all the way. I'm gonna tighten it down by hand at the end. It's just to get started. We're gonna do now two more on this side. Same thing. So just gonna go on this bigger hole, just like that. And I'm gonna get this into the hole here, into the hole there. Get it started. Once it's tight, we're going to go all the way with my hand so we can get a better feeling. Remember, this is very soft material, so if you go too tight, you will break it. Or, I mean, like, the screw is just going to go through, and then you're gonna end up ordering new part. So you just gotta get tight enough so it doesn't, you know, ruin, doesn't go all the way through, doesn't crash through this wood material. And you can kind of feel it gets tighter, tighter, tighter. So you can just stop there. It doesn't have to go too far, too tight. So let me show you on this one. So as I go in, as it gets tighter, I'm just gonna stop there. I won't keep going. Just like that. Now it's inside. It's also out of the way. It's inside and there, and it's pretty firm. So I'm happy with that. We're just going to do the same thing with the other one. You might want to have two people doing this. If there's somebody that can help, or if you're able to do it like me, you can still do it like this. But you got to keep it straight. Whenever you put the screws in, it has to be straight. You can't and leave it one side hanging down or just on the bottom. That way you don't mess it up. And all you have to do is just even push it in. It's holding it. So see how I just pushed it in? Get you a closer look here. So see how I just pushed it in this side? See, it's holding it. And that way now you can keep on screwing the other side. But if you don't put anything here, it's just gonna be sitting, laying down on that first one there. So this is gonna be side, this one's gonna be up. Once you put those screws in, they can go in at the angle because it's not gonna straight. And then once you lift it up, you can mess it up because it's gonna be at an angle. You can actually break this thing just because it's at the angle. So always keep it straight. If you have somebody that can hold one side while you put the screws on the other, perfect. If not, try to hold it somehow in the middle while you put the screws in, and you can just go by finger, just finger tight as much as you can while you hold, and then do the other side real quick, just finger tight, and then grab a screwdriver because that should hold it. Once you just put in, by see, I just did it by the fingers, and it holds it. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind because otherwise you can really mess this up. And I hate you guys to buy something and then wait for days until you receive a new part. It does have instructions and contact information for the manufacturer, so before you return there is the contact information from the manufacturer. There's a sticker inside, so you can always do that. But to prevent this happening, yeah, just try to keep it straight. And then these are gonna be pins that are gonna go in these holes if you want to stack them. So if you buy another one, if you have enough space, you can buy it, just put it on top. All you have to do is put these on, one here, one there, stick it up because there's also a hole underneath, so you can stack them. Same hole like this, that way it matches when you put it on top. Okay, and then this last one, as you can tell, this is just going to be wall mounted. It's for the wall, so you just set it right here. If we need to, I'll install it, but since it's very low, small, I'm not too worried about it falling. There's no way. If you stack them, then for sure I would use this, absolutely. That way it doesn't fall down on your kids or anybody else. But even if you want to be 100% safe, then you can use that even on one of them on a single unit. But I'll definitely recommend it on 2 or 3 if you stack them. All you have to do, the screws are attached. You see there's a smaller and the longer screw. So the short screw, as you can tell, is going to go on this side. It's short enough not to go through. And then the long one is going to go into the wall if you get it into the stud. And you can play with it. If you have a stud finder, you can find a stud and you can, install it whatever the stud is. It could be here, here, whatever the stud is. Or if you find a special kit, that you can just drill a hole and use that kit for, if you don't have a stud. Basically, I can't show all that because I'm not stacking them. I don't have that option, but it's pretty straightforward stuff. You can always find, even you have videos in my other videos have that on there. If you want to see how I use bolt them on, like there's different kind of videos you can find on my channel where I do mount it to the wall. Anyway, won't get too distracted. Let's keep on going with this. We'll just finish up with the screwdriver so we can get a better view here. There you go. And if we do like it, by the way, we might stack them later. So keep that in mind. You can always stack them later too. Now this last one is just to cover the holes, make it nice and pretty. Try to do this with one hand here. Just like a tape. All I have to do, cover the holes, and now we don't see the screws and it looks nice and pretty. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Just cover the hole entirely, and that's it. Just like that. In fact, if you're not gonna stack the top, you know, and one more on top, you can do the same thing even on top. So we have enough. So we got perfect 5 and 5. And if you do later decide to stack them up and you buy another one, all you have to do, take these off. As you can see, it's pretty easy. Yeah, that's it. Super easy. Line them up. That's it. And the last one. Bingo, look at that. So, if it wasn't for the video, I think this would take like literally no more than 5 minutes. It's just what, 4 and 4, 8 screws? Yeah, that's it. 2 on each side, in each shelf. So all I have to do basically just put 8 screws in and you're done. So very simple, very easy to assemble, and plus you can stack them if you need. So looks pretty good. Thanks for watching. If this helped you, I appreciate if you thank me by liking the video. Other than that, have a great day.